Test, test, test. Perfect. Test, test, test. All right. Good morning, everyone. Market is gonna open soon in about 2 minutes. Oh man, let's get it. Oh, let me turn this on. Oh, better lit. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. We'll see how today's stream goes. As you can see, we're green 279.28 in our account on Top Step. We had a banger trade during Asia session last night. So we're actually up $24.84 in the account. Should I take a payout? Just kidding. I can't take a payout. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's a great day to be alive. There is red folder news that comes out today at 6:45 or 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. So we do need to be aware of that. It is PMI at 6:45 a.m. today. So we just need to be aware that that is coming out. Probably will be a little bit more patient. Unless there's a pretty obvious setup that comes, I'm probably gonna be pretty patient with it. Adjust this a little. We just know what that is. Okay. I'm leaning a little bullish today on Nasdaq just because we have this very large impulse range on the 4-hour, and there is a lot of 15-minute unfilled fair value gaps. There's this massive 4-hour fair value gap that has yet to be touched. So I'm leaning more bullish that we can come up and test these levels and come into premium before we sell off further. So hopefully we can get some kind of opportunity to potentially go long, which it might. I mean, we have this 5-minute low here that it might be failing to displace and inverting a fair value gap, so we could potentially be getting some here. But I want to let this 5-minute candle or this first 5-minute candle form, and I want to be patient. If we miss it, we miss it. But right now I'm kind of convinced that this is something here for potentially going long, or does it come up here and fail to displace and we go short, you know? So I'm just trying to, it's very important to wait for this first 5-minute candle to kind of form. This will tell you quite a bit. Thank you guys so much for the likes and follows. Sean, good morning, dude. Yo, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Bitcoin, Bitcoin right now, I'm actually leaning a little bearish. I'd want to see Bitcoin come down to this discount of this range before I go long. And it's the same thesis for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a massive displacement range impulse range on the 4-hour, day, and 1 hours, that I would like to see it come up to disc or premium before we sell off again. But I kind of want to see Bitcoin too kind of fall into discount on this smaller 15-minute range before we go long. And same for Nasdaq. I'd ideally like Nasdaq to come a little lower into this 5-minute fair value gap that's been untouched from this 15-minute like impulse range. See how this 15-minute impulse range is here that broke above these highs and actually broke structure. So we have this little impulse range that I kind of ideally would like to see it come, maybe try to test below this low, tap this fair value up and reject. Yes, I did. That's why I see the account's green. We took a gold trade. I could break it down maybe a little later in the stream. I could break down last night's trade on gold, why I took it, what happened, what was the actual setup. But we're able to lock in $279 on gold last night. Dude, gold has not failed. I don't think I've taken a loss on gold in a while. It's like been really good lately. It's not like big moves. Like I'm not ever catching really like a huge move. But like they're good, consistent moves. Yeah, this 1 minute looks literally like a barcode right now. So that's why it's important to just kind of be patient with this first 5-minute candle. Let it form. See what it kind of is doing. Right? And honestly, I think we might need to wait a little bit longer because right now it's failing to displace these highs and these lows. But then you go to the 1 minute, there's nothing we can do with this right here. So we're going to be a little bit more patient. I'm interested to see how Bitcoin reacts to these 15-minute highs and 5-minute highs here. Does it reject it and maybe give us an opportunity to go short to this 5-minute fair value gap? Or does it kind of just push through and go ultimately bullish? We are in a weekly fair value gap too on Bitcoin right now. So we could just honestly, this could be a level we just end up just ripping from, and I don't get a trade opportunity on Bitcoin. This news I'm not like too worried about. So if something did come before news, like I'd be open, but honestly at this point with the way that price is moving, unless I get something obvious, I'm gonna just wait. Because I don't think PMI is really that like crazy of a news. I don't think it really moves the market ever that insane. It could, because we haven't had really like red folder news in a while. Okay, Bitcoin just closed above all these highs, so not really interested in any of those right now. So it looks like Bitcoin might just keep ripping. Also have this M15 low. Okay. Just some targets for us. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's going to be pretty bullish right now. Nasdaq still just kind of chopping in this range. We got this opening range here too that we can mark out, pay attention to. Is there anything? Nope. Let's mark this guy out. I didn't mark any of these. I should have. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. And we'll mark out some of these 15-minute highs just so we're aware of them. M15 high. Okay. Look at that displacement from yesterday. Oh my gosh. Dude, yesterday you could, like, from our 1 minute kill shot, you could have captured almost 1,300 points. I'm after I was reviewing the trade yesterday, I was like getting a little bummed out that I didn't take that trade. That would have been an insane trade. Yesterday was crazy, dude. Yeah, yesterday was crazy. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, ideally going back to premium on Nas, yeah. We're still just kind of chopping around in this range here on Nasdaq, so still not really like, we've tapped into this low, but this is the more important low in my opinion. It did it close above? Really, this low isn't even, I would really like to see it tap this fair value up and fail to displace this low. That'd be really nice. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I really appreciate you guys. Oh. What happened to the... Oh, there, right? Huh. That was weird. Sorry, I told you guys I was going to try to post that 1 minute kill shot video yesterday. I recorded it. I started editing it, and it is taking way longer than I thought it was. So there's a lot more editing to it that needs to happen. Because I don't want to give you guys something bad. I don't want to give you guys a bad video, right? Like I could rush it and just post the video for you guys so you have the video, but it wouldn't be like a good video. And so I want to make sure this video is like really good where you can actually utilize it for your education to actually understand my 1 minute kill shot. So it's gonna be a little bit longer for this video comes out. I just reached out to my video editor. We're gonna get him on it so he can edit it, and then I'm hoping that we can get it posted in December. So I would just rather give you guys something better than rush it just to give you guys a video. So yeah, that video should be out. We'll see how long it'll take. But I'm gonna be trying to get him on it and see if we can get you guys that video ASAP. But it's a good, I cover a lot of things. I cover impulse ranges in it. I cover, you know, simple things like fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps. I cover liquidity sweeps, impulse ranges, and then I break down the actual model, where to put stop losses, where you should be targeting for take profits and stuff like that. Like I break it all down. And I give you a live like pre-market analysis and then like 2 live like replay trades. And we basically just replay yesterday. It looks like Nasdaq's gonna invert this fair value, but it didn't tap into a level for me. Like it didn't sweep this low here. It closed it below this one. Kind of bummed. This could be a long opportunity, but still, like one of my rules in the video that I found through backtesting and stuff that is really important is do not buy in premium and sell in discount. So right now in this 15-minute impulse range, right? We are in premium of this 15-minute impulse range. We should not be buying in premium. We want to buy when price is in discount of this range down here, like in this 5-minute fair value gap. This is a place where we want to sell ideally. So if you take a buy here in this premium of the range, your probabilities just drop quite a bit because you're buying in premium. Now, if you're in the higher time frame, like the 4-hour, you're in discount, right? But we need to be careful of the lower time frame ranges that broke structure recently on the 15-minute. that it's not, and it's in premium of this 15-minute lower time frame range that could see a little retracement down to this bottom. And we're scalpers, right? We trade on the 1 minute time frame, and if price decides to come down here, that's a big loss for us if we're trading on the 1 minute. You ready? Let's go, dude. Let's go. I love it. I'm stoked that you're ready. I'm just watching right now. I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. We have red folder news that comes out in 2 minutes. So that's kind of an important thing that you might want to wait for. I'm hoping the red folder news causes a manipulation to the downside. Maybe even down into discount here. That then will give us an opportunity to go long. But I'm kind of just waiting for some manipulation of these lows if we are indeed going to go long today. Thank you. I appreciate you, Ja. You trade volatility? Yeah, like volatility is just for every trade. So like volatility is just like the movement of the market. That's not necessarily like a way to trade. Let's see. Did price on the 1 minute invert this fair value gap? It did. See how it's respecting this. Let's see what it does with this 1 minute fair value gap here. Honestly, if I were to want to, like, say if you're someone who wants to take a trade, say if Nasdaq wants to rip up, you know, and just run, I would want to wait for price to break out of this opening range one way or the other. But my ideal one is price comes to discount first if I'm going long. I'm a beginner trading VIX 25, 10, and 100. I haven't started trading gold. The VIX, can you trade the VIX? The VIX is more like a, I thought VIX was more like a signal for like the market sentiment, kind of like in potential volatility. Gold is a good one. I would recommend, if anybody's like a beginner trader, start with gold before you go to Nasdaq, because Nasdaq manipulates a lot and will make you extremely frustrated. You'll get swept out a lot, where gold necessarily won't do that as much, and it has a little bit cleaner price action, and so it's probably a little bit easier for people to start off with gold than go to Nasdaq. I really like gold though. That's how I made this money that you see on the top of my screen last night, was with gold. Okay, so we got red folder news. It's neutral and bullish, but as you can see, it didn't really do anything to the market. Like, it didn't even really move the market at all. So that's why it's like, okay, there's red folder news, but like, it doesn't really do much, you know. CPI is one you really got to watch for. NFP is one you really got to watch for. And FOMC. Those are like the three that will cause insane moves in the market. Outside of those, it's not like the red folder news isn't really that crazy, but they are important to pay attention to. So here's this manipulation I'm hoping for, and we're tapping into this 5 minute fair value gap. I'm hoping that it will come all the way back up and fail to sweep this 5 minute low. But this is a place where I'd rather go long, right? We're in discount of this range, and now we can target this external range liquidity up here, and we are in line with the higher time frame, right? The 4 hour failed to displace this low, and the 4 hour could come and test this 4 hour unfilled fair value gap here, which also has a 15 minute high. So like, now I'm interested in, are we going to get that long opportunity? I'm going to wait for this 5-minute candle to close too. I don't want to get caught in anything that still closes through. Even if it inverts this fair value gap, I'm still going to wait for this 5-minute candle to close first. But I think if it does give it to me, I'll go long here probably. We'll see though. We'll see what it gives me. Is this the... Nope, we're at 2 more minutes. Jeez. Nasdaq, these moves are huge actually on Nasdaq. It's a 79-point stop loss, dude. Like what? All right, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Once we get down to this last minute, I'm going to go down to 1 minute and hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. I think I'm going to set a limit buy here on this inversion. I'm going to watch this 1 minute candle, see how it closes. 3 MNQ. Okay. Just want to make sure all my stuff is set up properly. And we don't want this 1 minute candle. We want this 1 minute candle to stay above this blue line here. And that would be the signal for us. All right, 30 seconds here. Let's see what it does. Ten seconds. All right, I'm going to go for that. And we're going to set up some TPs here. Limit sell 1. And then limit sell 1. So we have TPs at these 5-minute highs here. And then we'll see if we can... let it run. I might even come down actually a little bit on this one to these 1 minute highs. Yeah, I'm going to come down to that 1 minute high there. But I like, so here's my confluence, a massive rejection wick off this low, and price came into discount before it ripped up. Exactly what I was looking for and exactly what I was hoping for. Stop loss is at this wick low down here. How much are we risking on this? Oh, it's pretty big. I'm hoping that we can push up, take off some of our risk, and also tap into some of these TPs. We pushed out of the opening range, pushed right back in with a large candles to the upside. So we inverted also a 1 minute fair value gap, which is my final confluence that I need for that trade. It's in line with the 15-minute impulse. And so this should be a good trade. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out, but I feel confident in it. The first TP is right around 86 points from us, which this looks like a little move, but it's actually a very large move. 86 points on Nasdaq is pretty big. Nope, news already came out. News is already came out here. You can see is neutral and bullish. Dump coming. Everyone's praying on my downfall right now. Fake news. Everyone in chat is like praying on my downfall right now. They're like, shorts all day, short. Are you guys the market makers? You guys are spying on me? Got more news at 9 a.m.? I don't think so. Not red folder. All right, TP's almost hit. We're almost to first TP here. They are to the highs. So this is a 1 minute high and then a 5 minute high. So they are to external range liquidity, right? I don't get greedy. Go break even? Not yet. I don't go break even until I hit target, the first target. Or if I get a 5 minute order block would be another indicator that I could potentially move stops. But every time I've moved stops too early, it bites me in the butt. So not yet. I've learned my lesson way too many times. Trading this PA is crazy. Not really. I'm trading this impulse range, right? We have this 15-minute impulse range that broke structure to this high, that have this higher or lower high that made a lower low. We have this impulse range here that broke structure. We tapped into that lower fair value gap in discount, and we're taking that reaction that failed to displace this 5 minute low with the liquidity sweep, which was the manipulation we wanted to see from the red folder news. We go down the 1 minute time frame, wait for an inversion of a fair value gap, and we target external range liquidity. Pretty normal price or pretty normal strategy. What's your strategy? It's called the 1 minute kill shot. We're almost to first TP. And once we get this TP hit, we will move stops to break even. Potentially. That's why we move stops to break even once it hits this external range liquidity on the 1 minute. So if it does come back down, we don't lose. There we go. TP hit. Stops go to break even, and we're up 418 on the day. And TP2 is about to get hit too, and we should be up another like $100. There we go, $610 on the day. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Now what I do, I take 2 TPs at external range liquidity on the 5 minute and the 1. We have stops at break even. And now we have 1 contract that we let run. So if price wants to send it to this 4-hour discount or premium, I mean, we're ready. We're ready for it. We can let it run. But like, why would I take it all if I know I'm in the right side of the market and I waited for this move, right? I have the impulse range on my side. That's why we take profit when we can, lock it in while we can, and then we take off risk because we're at break even. So now this trade cannot lose us money, right? And so now we're good. We don't even have, it's a no headache trade, right? I am break even. And this is why it's really important to have a clear trading model and a clear trading strategy. So you don't have to think, you just execute. Yeah, because, right, you guys got to pay attention to this 4-hour impulse range, right? There's an untapped 4-hour fair value gap here that has yet to be touched at all. And price is most likely going to come touch this before it comes down again. At least that 4-hour. I think it's going to go to this 15-minute fair value gap that's been unfilled and in premium of this range. I don't know if I'll be able to make it there because it might stop me out at break even, right? This price action is kind of choppy right now. It should have displaced this high instead of fall back in. But if I get tapped out at break even, I don't care. I just made $400, you know? So I'm happy with that. I don't need to be greedy. I'm content with what I can make. And I beat the market today. There we go. We're tapped out at break even. $610 on the day with 3 M in Q. That's great. I'm happy with that. I will take that every single day. Every single day. We were able to capture 111.25 points on that move. That's a really good move to capture. Yes, I teach my strategy every day. That's why I do this live stream. I'm going to break down. So since we're done with Nasdaq now, we got a winning trade. We made our money. I'll teach you guys my strategy, what was my setup, and things like that. I also have a video coming out soon. I was going to have it come out last night, but I've realized that it's going to take a lot more editing than, yeah. Funded my account this morning. Let's go, dude. Yeah, let's go, dude. I just made 400 and something. I'm at 610 this morning. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Easy. That was an easy move. Easy move. Okay, so let's break down. I see a lot of you guys want me to break down the strategy. So let me break down the most important part of the strategy first, okay? TPT. Oh, let's go, dude. That's super good. Great trade, no cap. Thank you, Brendo. I appreciate you. All right, let me break down. I see a lot of you guys are like, what the heck is your strategy? Why did you just take that trade? Okay. Let's start off from the day time frame, right? We got to work our way down. Well, really, you're supposed to start from the weekly, but right now we don't really need to start from the weekly time frame. We could start from the day. So day has this impulse range, right? The day is looking bearish in the higher time frame, right? So I'm in no trade right now. We're not trading right now. We already made our money. We're done for the day in regards to trading. I'm going to just explain to you guys my strategy now. Right? We have this impulse range on the day. We can mark that out with this. That. Price has been respecting day fair value gaps and been extremely bearish, okay? But I just took a long against the daily bias, which is something that's very important to take note of, because when you go down to the 4 hour, right, the 4 hour has this impulse range right here, a very aggressive impulse range. The 4 hour swept below these lows and failed to displace it, and has an unfilled fair value gap here in the 4 hour time frame, which tells me on lower time frames we could potentially look for a long opportunity. Okay, now when we go down the let's go down the 15. When we go down the 15-minute time frame, what do we have here? We have a lower time frame impulse range. Impulse ranges are everything for my strategy. I've realized through backtesting and constantly looking at this, impulse ranges are everything. Okay, you need to be paying attention to those. So for me, I saw this impulse range here on the 15-minute. Why is this an impulse range? Look at this high right here. Okay, we're going to pay attention to this high right here. See this high right there? This high pushed down to make a lower low, right? Now this high pushed up. It didn't make a higher high, right? It didn't break the structure, but it did make a lower or a higher low. And then this leg up broke structure to the upside, breaking bearish structure, right? So for me, immediately I identify this as an impulse range, something that we need to pay attention to, right? We're breaking structure on the 15-minute time frame. Let's delete these little drawings real fast. Okay, now I identify this impulse range on the 15-minute, which, right, before we got our trade, we were seeing price play around. I told you guys I want to see price go to discount before we take a long. We should not be taking longs in premium. We should take longs in discount of the range. So 5-minute time frame, what do we see? We see this 5-minute fair value gap that's unfilled. We see this low that has been yet to be tested, and we see this large rejection wick on this 5-minute time frame that tapped into this 5-minute fair value gap in discount. Exactly what we wanted. We wanted that manipulation leg. So then we go down the 1 minute, we get a inverse fair value gap. That is the last confluence we need on this trade. Now for me, I told you guys I'm going to wait for that 5-minute candle to close. So it inverted, came back down, and we got filled on this 9:49 a.m. candle. And all we're doing is targeting external range liquidity on the 1 minute and 5 minute, and then hopefully we can catch a runner, right? So I took my first TP at this 1 minute high, right? We're not greedy. We're not greedy on this. First TP at that 1 minute high. Second TP at this 5-minute high. Okay? And that's all we shoot for. That's 111 points right there that we were able to capture. We don't need much more than that. Like, if you can capture 111 points a day, you're crazy. You're psychotic. And you're a really good trader. That's crazy. I went short. Oh, nice. Right? It's all based on your trading model. Like, there's people who made money going short, why I made money going long. So let me know if that made sense. But basically, impulses ranges are extremely important. Where's your TP? We're not in a trade anymore. We already hit TPs. So we already made our money. You can see at the top of the screen. Look at the top of the screen. You'll see how much I made. $610.56 for the day. On this trade specifically, here, let's go to our performance. Right, you can see $610. So we made on this trade. So last night's trade, we made $279. Today's trade, we made 300 and what is that? We made let's see, 300 or 100.5 plus 193. We made $333.50 on that trade. This is Top Step X. How much did I risk? $517. So the risk reward wasn't like amazing, but also I knew this is a crazy big move, so I'm just willing to capture what I can. And once first TP was hit, we moved stops to break even, so we take off risk pretty quick. Top Step X, yes, it's a prop firm. So this is also including Asia Sessions trade, so that's why it's 610, because it also included Asia Session last night. What is SSS? I don't know what SSS is. Oh, the dollar thing. This is the liquidity sweep. I see what you're saying. Liquidity sweep right here. Best guy, are you? I don't know. You can tell me that. Am I the best? I don't think so. Not in trading wise. I'm getting there. I can already see the trade recap. I love it, Sean. Sean, you're doing really good. I feel like you're seeing the market really well, dude. I feel like you're killing it lately, dude. Good job, man. Just want to encourage you. What's your win rate? On this account right now, you can see my win rate is 83 point. Oh no, that's day. Trade win percentage is 77.78% is our win rate. How much did you make? I think I already answered that. Okay. Let's see. Any more questions? You answered the questions in Interact and not like the other arrogant stream. Oh, I appreciate it. I don't know why you wouldn't stream and answer questions. How long it take you to master your strategy? It's taking me a long time. It's taking me 2 years to build out this model. Did the trade hit? Trade hit, yes. I'll show you the trade right now. We'll put it back on the stream of what we actually. It wasn't a great RR, but I was happy with the returns, right? Right there, that was the trade. It took 10 minutes to let it play out. Do you trade NQ and ES or just NQ? I just trade NQ at the moment, but honestly, I've been watching ES. And honestly, I think ES has better price action. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't really know ES that well. I only really know Nasdaq and gold. But I feel like ES has really good price action. Sorry, I see there's some questions. What do I need to know about trading goal? Where to start? Where to get the news? So Forex Factory, you need to be aware of Forex Factory. Okay, that's where you find Red Folder News. That's where you know when things are coming out. And you only need to pay attention to Red Folder News. Like, you could have orange and yellow and gray. I don't recommend it. I just say, like, you can steal my filters right here. Just do Red Folder and just have all the event types on and just do USD. Okay, now, if you're someone who trades like, if you're Forex, then you should probably trade, like, or pay attention to, like, you know, whatever currency you're trading, you know, their Red Folder News. But I only pay attention to USD Red Folder News because that's really the only ones that really matter. But Forex Factory is important. But yeah, as a beginner, I saw you said, what do I need to know as a beginner? If you, Jaw Youth, if you go to my TikTok, at the top, I have a pinned video that says, these are the 5 videos I would watch if I had to start all over again. I'd recommend go watch those 5 videos, but then also dive into those content creators' videos. They have great educational content that helped me out a lot to get to where I'm at today. I would say understand impulse ranges. understand premium discount, liquidity sweeps for value gaps. Yeah. And back test. Don't rush in to start trading to actually make money. Back test your strategy and like actually try to figure it out and put in the time and the reps of practicing. What was the strat? Is the 1 minute kill shot. Could you break down the trade? Yeah, I just broke it down. Let's break down the gold trade from last night. It's the same strategy. What do you backtest? Nasdaq and gold, and I backtest on TradeZella. So I backtest here on TradeZella. Oh, we got to do our trade journal. I backtest, yeah. Use code Maniac. You get 20% off your subscription for TradeZella. It's really good. It's by far the best tool that has helped me become the most profitable I've ever been because I put in the time on TradeZella and backtesting. What time do you trade gold? 1800 hours EST. So that's Asia session. I trade gold during Asia session. Let's break down our gold trade, okay? I'm going to break down yesterday's gold trade that we took. And I'll give you guys an update on the model too. So then you'll see a new way to look at it. This is a short opportunity we took on gold. Let me find November 20th, 1800 hours. Okay. Right here. This is where we were at gold at market open for Asia. Okay. I saw this 5-minute impulse range, and honestly, price is pretty choppy. Like if you look left of this blue line, price is pretty choppy. There's not really like a clear impulse range. I did see we just delivered from this day. Or is this a 4-hour fair value gap? 4-hour fair value gap. I saw we were pushing out of that. So I had a more of a bearish bias. And I was looking for a short opportunity on gold to target external range liquidity, New York low, so on and so forth. So 5-minute time frame, I go down on gold and I wait for price to fail to displace a high, right? And you get that right here. So we have this 5-minute high and price tapping into this fair value gap right above us. Okay, let me mark out this high. We failed to displace this high. Okay, inside this, what fair value gap is this? A 4-hour fair value gap, right? Which is more powerful than like a 1 hour, 15-minute. Okay, I saw it failed to reject this or failed to displace this high. So I dropped down to the 1-minute time frame. Scooch back over to where our trade happened. I dropped down to the 1-minute time frame, and all we wait for on the 1 minute is an inverse fair value gap. Boom. Right there, right off rip. We inverted. I think for this one, I waited for it to tap because it displaced pretty far on this 1-minute candle. And I waited. Yeah, I did. I waited for it to retest the inversion. And then I had take profits at 5-minute lows. So we had take profit at this 5-minute low. And then we had to take profit at this 5-minute low. So we captured a little over 2R on that trade. As you can see here, it finally hit over here. And if you actually go to my TikTok on day 14 of Top Step update, you'll see this TP actually get hit live. Like I was recording it as it was hitting it. So you can go, if you want to, fact check me that I really took the trade, you can go look. But yeah, this was the gold setup. 5-minute liquidity sleep to 1-minute inversion. And all we do is target external range liquidity. And then I was trailing my stop loss on 5-minute order blocks. So I was kind of bummed. I got stopped out on this move up here. Was it that? Or I got stopped out on one of these 5-minute order blocks. And yeah, it was this move up here I got stopped out on. And then it literally went to target too. I wanted gold to go to this New York low, and it did. And I was like, dude, why did I move my stops? I probably should have just left them at like way up here. Like trade would have won either way. So, yeah, that was the gold trade. That was the breakdown for gold. Let's go back to M&Q. Bitcoin hasn't given me anything yet this morning, so I'm still watching Bitcoin. See if we get a trade opportunity over there, but there's no impulse range for that. Yeah, there was the remember I said the 4 hour on let me go back to MGC. The 4 hour had the impulse range that I was going off of. So, right? When you look over here, right? We had this 4 hour impulse range during New York session, or a couple, actually this is November 19th. Look where price is delivering from. It's delivering from discount, attacking external range liquidity. So I had that bias to go short rather than go long. Now, when you go down to the lower time frames, right? There wasn't any clear impulse range for like the 1 hour, but there was on the 15, you had this impulse range. So you had, this was the impulse range I was watching on the 15. Where is the, there we go. That's the impulse range I'm watching on the 15. See how it pushed down, broke these lows, making lower lows? Now there's no real good footprints, but the footprint that was good was this 4 hour fair value gap, which we tapped into in premium of this 15-minute range, right? And that's, we want to sell in premium, buy in discount. Okay, so there was a little impulse range, but it's not as clean as like, it wasn't as clean as Nasdaq's, but that's when it's not very clean. That's when you just capture what you can, right? You don't get greedy. You take at external range liquidity, you take little TPs, and you don't try to shoot for the stars, right? Because it's not very clear. It's not giving us clean price action, and so let's not get greedy on it. Let's capture what we can, right? I don't do analysis on Pepe. I just do kind of like whatever I trade. Sorry, I don't do a bunch of analysis. What's an impulse range? That's a good question. Let's go to Nasdaq. It has better impulse range right now for examples. Impulse range. So see this 4 hour move here? Let's erase this day impulse range to clean it up. And let's delete all these fair value gaps because we're not really watching them right now. So see this range right here. I'm going to clean this all up for you. We can always draw them back if we need to. Okay. See this 4 hour time frame right here? See how this price has moved very aggressively to the downside and broken structure? We'll just put the dollar signs here. And broken structure. Let's do this. Furthering that downward momentum, that's an impulse range where price hasn't really seen any kind of momentum back up, right? We haven't seen price really retrace back up at all yet. That's your impulse range. Okay, that's where price displace had an aggressive move in a direction and has yet to see any kind of opposite move to the upside. So in this case, right, we have a sharp move to the downside and we've seen no move upwards into premium of this range. That for me is an impulse range we need to pay attention to. Okay, and now this is how many contracts on gold? I trade 3 MGC and 3 MNQ right now. I only trade 3 contracts right now. Until I get $500 in profit in my account, we don't up our contract size. So once I get $500 in the balance here, we'll up the contract size. Now, show another one. Does it just have to be a big one candle? So yeah, it doesn't have to be just one big candle. It just has to be a move that has yet to see a retracement up. So for example, this 4 hour, or let's go to the day time frame. We'll do a day one now. Okay, there's a good day example too. This is a good day example of an impulse. Actually, it's not really that good. I think the week has one. Yeah, the week has one. Right, so if you look at the week, look how it has an impulse range. The week has yet to see any kind of retracement. There's been 3 weeks consecutively of just bearish momentum, right? Let's go. Let me try to find you another one too. Let me see if there's another one we can find. Probably on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour, this is a good one. This is a good example here. This move right here. This move right here is a great impulse range. Look how many candles that is. It's a lot of candles that have yet to see any momentum back into premium. Okay? And now look what price did. Price impulse. Everyone was telling me in live streams, there's a lot of people telling me, you know, why would you go long? This is short. It's bearish. Why would we go long? Because look at this impulse range. It's yet to target premium. Look what price did. Price comes up, targets premium in a day fair value gap. And that's when we get that crazy move to the downside, right? Same for over here. Crazy move to the downside. But an impulse range is just a move that has seen any kind of retracement. No, I don't trade. Once I'm green for the day, I'm done for the day. So see how this move here came down. Let's see if I can give you like a highlighter. This move here, right, came down. That's your impulse. This is your retracement. This is where we want to target that short. And then this is your continuation. Okay? This leg here is your impulse. What I recommend, if you want to be able to mark out impulses and know where premium and discount are, use these settings. Steal my settings for my fib retracements. Okay, here I can add these to make it a little more clear too. So there. Now there's a background on it so you can see this is my impulse range. This is premium. The gray is premium. The blue is discount. You want to sell in premium, buy in discount. Okay, so would you buy at gap? So for this example, we would sell at the day fair value gap is where you want to sell. Yep. Yeah. So when you're in this area, right, because you're in line with the higher time frame, because remember the 4 hours bearish, the day time frame is bearish, everything above you is bearish. So you're going to want to sell in this area, and you're going to continue with that momentum. Steal here, you guys can steal these settings. Steal my settings for my fib, and that's how you can mark out premium discount. If you want to take a picture, I'll leave this up for a little bit. Take a picture of these settings. It's the fib retracement tool, and you just mark it from the highest point of that impulse to the lowest point of that impulse, and then that'll give you your premium and discount, and then you want to target those. But the important thing, you don't just want to target premium or discount. You want to target footprints inside of premium discount. So that's the next important thing, right? They have this day fair value gap, but look at right here. If we go to the 15 minute, if you go to the 15 minute time frame, look what is right here. There is a 15 minute fair value gap that had never been tested. Okay, we had a 15 minute fair value gap. And look what price did in that 15 minute fair value gap. Look what price did. It came into it and then rejected out of it, respecting that footprint that had never been touched. So not only is premium discount important, you got to know how to find the fair value gaps that matter. All right, let's go back to price action. Let's check out what Nasdaq's doing right now. I entered short on Bitcoin. Nice. I still have yet to have a trade opportunity on Bitcoin. Hasn't given me anything this morning. Man, maybe Nasdaq isn't going to go higher. It's going to just maybe continue. We're in this 5 minute fair value gap though. We'll see. What model do you use? It's called the 1 minute kill shot. The largest gaps is the right one. No. So the size is not what matters, okay? It's where is it in that range, okay? So for example, right? Let's use this little impulse range right here, okay? See how there's this 5 minute fair value gap right here? There's all these 5 minute fair value gaps up here. These ones don't matter, right? Why? Because they're in the top of that range, okay? Now, if it was inverted, if it's short, the ones that are lower in the so let's go to a short one, right? Here's this impulse range on a lower time frame. These fair value gaps at the bottom of a bearish impulse range don't matter. The fair value gaps that are going to matter in an impulse range are the ones that are at the top of a bearish range or the bottom of a bullish range. So this fair value gap, this 5 minute one is going to matter more than all these fair value gaps up here. And it's also even more important if that gap has never been tested. So this 5 minute fair value gap, right? When we took that long, it never got touched, right? That was the first time it got touched, which gave us that fuel to target external range liquidity. Where am I from? I'm from the West Coast. 15-minute kill shot on Bitcoin. Nice. Let me see. Did I miss it? Oh, wait. Yeah, sweep here. This like kind of swing high. Yeah. That 15-minute one has been doing really good for you, Sean. You're from... Can you draw a fair value gap? Yeah. So this is the fair value gap I'm talking about. This one is the one that matters. This one right there with the gray box. This one, because it's lower on this bullish range, is going to be the stronger one. See how every time price comes into it, look what price does. Right? It looks like there's might be another 1 minute kill shot here on Nasdaq. Yeah, there literally might be another one here. I'm not going to take it, but look at the reaction you're getting at this lower fair value gap. It's because this is the one that matters. It hit a 1 hour order block. So, oh, nice. Yeah, dude, tap that perfectly, and you're in premium of that range in that 1 hour for value gap. That's an excellent trade, Sean. Excellent trade, dude. Bro, you could have set up a limit order on that 1 hour for value or 1 hour order block, and you would have got tapped in perfectly. Thank you guys for the follow. You're from Jamaica. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you're literally getting a... This is... I bet this one will work too. Yep. So you got confirmation on this candle here. Let's see. I bet this 1 minute kill shot's going to work too. You would target really this 5 minute high. Or actually, first target for me would be this guy. The 1 minute high. And then the 5 minute high would be here. So let's mark this out. I think you're going to hit TP right now. See? TP there. And then TP here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this 5 minute kill or 1 minute kill shot's going to work too. You failed to displace this low inside discount and inside the fair value gap. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. It is scary to trade, right? Like it can be scary. I think prop firms make it less scary because you're not risking your own capital. And it gets you comfortable with the way price moves, the way the dollar mounts, the risk to reward. Like it gets you really comfortable with how to trade. I highly recommend prop firms. Let's see if this one works. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. That 15 minute looks like it swept that high too. You did have a bearish 1 minute kill shot too up here. You failed to displace this high. Was there even a fair value up though? Oh, there was. Yeah, you could have. But we were exiting our position there, so I just kind of ignored it. This is Nasdaq. Let's see if this one works. Are we going to get stopped out or is it going to run up for us? This is a mock trade. I'm not actually in a position because I already made my money for the day, so I'm done trading. I'm a one and done trader. I highly recommend a lot of people. Most people should probably be a one and done trader too. Where if you are green for the day, you're just done. No, I enter on the 1 minute. I enter on the 1 minute when it inverts the fair value gap. So this would be the entry, this candle here. You could set a buy limit on the inversion and wait for it to retest, or you can just market buy the candle that inverts. There's 2 options. But we enter on the 1 minute. But once I'm entered on the 1 minute, I stop looking at the 1 minute and then I just watch the 5 and I trail stops based on 5 minutes. So really, like this, actually you could move stops to here, take off a lot of risk at this 5-minute order block, and it looks like you're going to get stopped out. And that's just a way to protect you. So like for me, that trade would be done. You would have just lost on that trade. And that just protects you. So I trail stops on 5-minute order blocks too. Sometimes I kind of wait for displacement. It's a strategy you could use. But it's been kind of biting us in the butt lately. And Tony, thank you so much for the follow. Modish, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Oh. Well, guys, you know, I'm kind of done for the day. Like, I feel the bigger time frame is for people with money. No, not necessarily. You could swing trade with small amounts of capital and actually make good money too. You don't have to be on the higher, like you don't have to be on lower time frames. Lower time or higher time frames are actually really nice, especially if you're first learning. I recommend if you're learning and you're a beginner trader, don't start off on the 1 minute. Like you're gonna feel way too overwhelmed. You're gonna be wondering why fair value gaps aren't holding. You're gonna be wondering why price closed and broke structure and then flipped around to the other way. Like, don't start off on the 1 minute. If you're new to trading, I would recommend starting off on like the 5 or 15 minute is when you're executing your trades. You might be in trades a lot longer. Like trades might take a lot longer to play out, but it's gonna be way less stressful and way less anxious because 1 minute is very stressful. Yeah. It took me a long time to really master the 1 minute. It's hard. This is Top Step. Yeah, it's a funded account. Notorious BIG. Thank you so much for the follow. I love it. I love it, Sean. What was your trade today? I just came in the live. No worries. It was a 1 minute kill shot. It was this move right up here. Is a little short, scalp long. This one right here. It was a 1-to-1 trade, a little bit over 1-to-1. We captured 97.25 points on this trade. Do you read Mark Douglas books? I've heard the name, but I don't. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a really big reader. What I like to do is audiobooks. Do you have a book recommendation? Oh, yeah, this is my trader here. 1 minute kill shot is my strategy. If you guys go follow my, I'd recommend subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have a video that's going to be breaking down in a lot of detail my 1 minute kill shot strategy, but also it also breaks down my analysis, how I spot fair value gaps, how I spot liquidity levels, targets, stop losses, and so much more. So it's coming out soon. I'm going to get my video editor on it. And I honestly don't really know any trading books. I probably should know some, but I don't really know any trading books. Dewey, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. I'm still not really interested in taking any kind of long on Bitcoin until it hits into discount here. We've just inverted this very large 5 minute fair value gap. I think I'm gonna be patient on Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't really been giving me great opportunities this week. Kind of bummed. We haven't really gotten any great trades this week on Bitcoin. I think we're green for the week though. I think we've only been able to take 2 trades this week on Bitcoin. Yeah, price action isn't very good right now. It is also Friday, so you know Friday doesn't all like Friday sometimes delivers really amazing price action and really good moves, but sometimes also Friday doesn't. I'd be careful with trying to go long here. It kind of looks like the 1 hour might want to come down to this external range liquidity. I'd just be careful. I'd watch how it reacts to this 15-minute fair value gap that we're currently in this 5-minute. I'll just be patient. Wait for proper confluences and setups. Nice, Sean. That's a great spot. I'm watching for the OB 15-minute and 5-minute. Got it. Yeah, there's this order block on the 5-minute, and then there's... Yeah, we're in this order block here right now for the 15. There's also this 5-minute up here order block that if you wanted to... There's no order blocks on the 15, huh? Yeah. It's a lot more than just fair value gaps. Impulse ranges, fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, and liquidity sweeps. I'm not just a fair value gap trader. There's so much more to trading, and fair value gaps are just one aspect. You want to be well-rounded. I would say too, if you're someone learning when it comes to day trading, look up advanced market structure, and there's a guy called Photon Trading. He has really good videos on advanced market structure and a lot of a really good educational series. What the liquidity sweep means? Liquidity sweep would be, let's go to the 15-minute. Has a good example right now. See how the 15-minute failed to displace this high here? There's this 5-minute high or 15-minute high here. And see how it wicked above and then rejected off of it? That's a liquidity sweep. And so when price hits a high point and then fails to close above it and wicks off of it, that's a liquidity sweep. I think PM session will push it up. Could. Yeah, after we hit this liquidity, right? It could, if it comes down to London low, that could be a place where we see a reversal to then target higher prices. Or, yeah, London low would be the target where I'd want to potentially see, or even this 5-minute low we're currently at. But are funded accounts worth it? I think they are. Is the bottom wick out a liquidity sweep too? Is the bottom wick out? Yes. So that's where I took my long, right? There's this little 5-minute wick that failed to close below this. That was where I got my liquidity sweep confirmation, was on this 9:45 a.m. candle, where there was a liquidity sweep here on the 5-minute time frame. And then I see, are fund accounts worth it? Yes, I think fund accounts worth it. Definitely, because most of the time PM manipulates pretty much bottom of the week anyway. Yeah. That's why I don't have high expectations for the PM session, because it's Friday. Your Sniper's Trap is the best on Bitcoin, not gonna lie. Yeah, Sniper's Trap is a pretty good one. Playing order blocks is a good one. I mean, the way you've been playing those 1 hour order blocks and like 15-minute order blocks, Sean, like, it's super good. Like, I think you even hit into this 15-minute order block. Oh no, you just missed it. Yeah, you hit this 1 hour perfect. Or that shows you the power of order blocks, right? People don't even realize that that's something on the... A lot of people won't even know that that's something on the chart they should pay attention to. What makes you say fundeds are worth it? That's a good question. So you have two options when it comes to trading, right? You could put in your personal funds, right? Say you had your last $1,000, right? And you're like, I want to put my $1,000 into a brokerage account and try to live trade it. I've seen guys turn $1,000 into 10K. I can do it too, right? So you can put your $1,000, your own hard-earned money of $1,000 into your brokerage account, but then you potentially can lose all that $1,000 if you don't know what you're doing, right? With a funded account, right? I can get all in on a funded account for $50,000 of trading power, $70 on Apex right now. If you use code Maniac, you can get a 80% off with a $40 activation fee. Cost me $70. Now, with that $70 that cost me to get a funded account, I can now scale that up and get $2,000 payouts every 8 days. Where else can you turn $70 into $2,000 with almost zero risk for your own personal capital, right? Now, say you blow that funded account. What if you said, okay, I'm allowed to try to pass an eval once a week, right? That would be about $30 a week. And so now you take that $1,000 that you have, instead of putting it in a live account, you say, hey, I'm going to let this stretch over the year, try to master these evals, try to master the prop firms and slowly get payouts. And then when you get a large payout from a prop firm, then you take some of that money and put it in a live account. Because clearly, if you're able to take a payout, you're able to have a systematic trading strategy that works that can grow a live account. And that's why I think fundeds are a really good opportunity. You don't need a lot of money to start. And it presents a really good learning opportunity for those who want to trade and not potentially lose a lot of money. Now, I don't recommend people be degenerate about their evals and stuff and buy like 100 accounts if you don't know how to trade. Buy one account, and the rule is you're not allowed to buy another account unless you blow it and you need to buy a new one, or you get funded and you can't buy another one until you get a payout. That's my rules for myself. I'm new to day trading. Why choose NQ? It seems like the percent is so low to actually grow your account. It seems like it's low, Tyler, but it's actually like super easy to make a lot of money with Nasdaq, right? So it's based off contract size, the risk to reward that you want to do. But I like NQ because it's very volatile and really good during New York session. If you want something maybe a little different, you could trade gold. That's a great one during Asia session. But yeah, what's the best app for trading? TradingView. But if you want to learn, like learning how to day trade, the best app is TradeZella. TradeZella is by far the best app, I think. What is this you in? This is Nasdaq and Bitcoin we're looking at on the screens. Do you have to pay money if you blow the account? No. No, you just lose the money that you paid for the evals, right? So it's like, say if you bought a $50 eval and you blow it, you lose that $50, right? There's no way you're getting that $50 back. Do you do YouTube? Yes, I do. Maniac Trades is my YouTube. Link is in my bio. About to long, what do you think? I would say be patient. You should at least wait for London low. I don't think it's a good time to long yet. It's not easy to make money consistent with NQ. Very misleading. Yeah, you got to have a systematic trading strategy, right? If you have something that works, it's easy. Like You can capture small moves. You don't need big moves, but it's not easy to day trade. Like, let me tell you, day trading's been one of the hardest things for me to master. It's not easy. Waiting for lows to get swept, then taking it to the moon. I would lower your expectations. It's a very bearish market right now. Finna check it out. Yeah, do it. Best session to trade gold. Personally, I've been doing really well during Asia session. It's my favorite session to trade gold in. Watson, I've been loving trading gold during Asia session. It's been really good. But New York is also another really good one. I just really like trading Asia because I like to focus in solely on Nasdaq during New York session and only focus on Asia or gold during Asia session. Gonna full pour 4 accounts. Oh gosh. What the hell is an Asian session? It's when the Asia markets are open. So, right? So New York session is right now when the New York banks and New York hedge funds are live and open and trading. Asia session is when the Asia continents are open and trading the markets. I'm sorry, Ruben. So today there is no Asia session because it's Friday. The next Asia session won't be till Sunday night at 1800 hours EST. I'll give you the times right now. Here, I'll just show you the times right now. These are all the sessions you should be paying attention to. We'll start from Asia and then work our way down. Asia. This is all in EST, okay? Most important time for London 02 to 05, and then New York 0930 to 1600. Okay. These are your times right here. Okay, if you're going to trade London, I would say don't trade until 2 a.m. EST. That's the sweet spot. But these are your times for the sessions. I don't trade between 6 to 9:30 on New York. You're not going to get great price action. In my opinion, it's not really worth it. Yeah, NQ's been dumping. I mean, yesterday it dumped 1,900 points. Yeah, so Isaac, between 6 and 9:30 is like pre-market New York, and you'll see between those times, price doesn't do much and doesn't really give you a lot of opportunity. And if you're in a trade before then and you wait till market open, a lot of times market open will manipulate, wreck that trade, and then give you the setup. So that's why I just don't like to trade before market open in New York. Yes, there are indicators for trading sessions too you can use, but I like to have a clean chart and I don't like to have a bunch of indicators on my screen. So I just know these. So if you guys want to take a note, how about 16 to 18? That's when the market's closed, Isaac. So there is no trading. No one can trade during that time. The market's completely closed. So if you come to if you come to Top Step X and you try to come and take a trade between the hours of 1600 and 18, it literally won't let you because the market's closed. The futures market's closed for like 2 hours every day. And in the weekends, they're closed completely. So you can't trade until Sunday night at 1800 hours because that's Monday for Asia. Is that helpful for everyone? Hope that's helpful. Can you bet Asia markets? Yeah. So it's all as a time, right? So like Asian markets aren't like something that it's just a time of when the markets are open and good. Time and trading is very important. So technically London, right? So technically New York session starts at 7 a.m. EST, but the real sweet spot of New York is 9:30 a.m. EST, right? But 2 a.m. is the sweet spot for London. But technically London starts at midnight. Probably shouldn't use the word bet. Yeah, yeah, bet. Can you bet Asian markets? I don't think you can. You can trade it. You can't bet it. Yes, the SMTs are confirmations for reversals. Yeah, but again, look how close you are to London low. I personally, I don't know. I'd be a little nervous to take a long right now. Personally, on NQ. Well, I don't know. That 15-minute sweep. Maybe. It did invert that 15-minute fair value up, though. I would kind of want to see London low hit. But I guess it's failing to displace that low. Is it? Or I think it closed below that 5-minute low. It could be a reversal spot. I use the 1-minute kill shot. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, we have a video coming out soon, deep diving into that strategy, giving you the whole model, my pre-market analysis, how I do it, slight retracement. Yeah, it could be a slight retracement on this bearish impulse range, but there's no real footprints like to target. That's why I don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry, Kendall. Best funded. That's a good one. Best funded. I think Top Step right now. I think Top Step's one of the best, and Apex. The reason why, there's two difference. Apex you can really scale. You can get up to 20 accounts. You can make Apex is where you can get the biggest payouts from. Top Step, the nice thing about your funded, you don't need a consistency rule, so you can kind of like you can just make money as you go, and all you need in order to get a payout is $150 or more of 5 days, and you can request a payout. So in my opinion, Top Step's the better because the rules are more lenient, but you're going to pay a little bit more than Apex. You'll pay about $200 right now for a funded on Top Step. Apex, you'll pay about $70, but the rules are a little bit more stricter, but it gives you a really good opportunity to get a lot of money. I like Apex personally. If you use code Maniac, you get a really good deal. It's like $70 for a funded account right now, which I think is the lowest they've ever. I think it's the lowest in the industry right now. No one beats them right now for what it costs to get a funded. Yeah, that'd be smart. Waiting for a London low, I think, is the play. I'm not looking for anything right now. I already took my trade and won for the day, so I'm done trading for the day. In regards to Nasdaq, Bitcoin, if it gives me something here, I'd be open to taking a Bitcoin trade. But as Nasdaq, I've already done 2 trades for today, one during Asia and one during New York, and I'm good for the day. I'm up 600, so I'm done. What about Take Profit Trader? I like them too. The thing I hate about Take Profit Trader is it takes 5 days to pass an eval. You cannot go faster than that, and that's just, to me, like way too long. But I think they're great in regards to payouts, because I think you can get payout day 1 on top Take Profit Trader, but it takes 5 days to pass an eval, and I think that's just, you can pass a Top Step eval and Apex eval in 1 day. Thank you, Kendall. I appreciate that. Nice. Good job, Kendall. Don't force anything. Be patient. Remember, it's Friday. I would recommend, if it's only $700 you need more to pass the eval, it's probably better to wait for Monday. You're going to get better price action and better opportunities, I bet. Got it. I'm pretty aggressive with evals. Like for Apex, I get my evals done in 1 trade, and Top Step, I get them done in 2 trades because that's how as fast as you can go. That's how I do my evals. I don't like to really waste time. But Take Profit Trader is a really good one. I think they're still also more expensive. You're going to pay a lot more money for Take Profit Trader, and it takes a lot longer to get your evals done. That's why I like TopStep better. But I will definitely one day go to them. TradeFi, I think TradeFi is really great if you have the money to go straight to funded. But I think TradeFi is really good too. I just don't use them right now. My goal is to conquer TopStep and Apex, and then I'll move over to other prop firms that, in my opinion, are not as good as those two. But I'm first trying to conquer TopStep and Apex, get as many accounts as I can, lock in as many payouts as I can. Then once I've basically been kicked off those prop firms, I'm going to go to the next one. So like Take Profit Trader, TradeFi, My Funded Futures, Funded Next, Alpha Futures. Is day trading actually good? Yes. But you got to put in the work, Justo. It's good only if you're willing to put in the grind. And it's hard. Don't come thinking it's easy money. It's not easy. Hayden said, other than London lows, what would you like to see to confirm reversal? That's a good question. I would like to see price to reject London low and like give a large wick off of that. Like, I don't want to see it playing around London lows. I want to see it reject it, right? So like you're leaving a good large wick. For example, see these large wicks here on the 15-minute at this high? See how these wicks are pretty large, clearly rejecting this high? That's how I would want to see it look on London low. I wouldn't want to see it being like, oh, is it sweeping it? Is it going to break below it? No, I want it to be like, oh, that just swept London low and it did not like it and it's pushing off of it. And then I would want to see it on lower time frames like the 1 minute. I'd want to see the 1 minute inverting fair value gaps to the upside. And I would also like to see, does the 5 minute, like say if there's a bearish fair value gap that forms as it comes down to London low, does it invert a bearish fair value gap on the 5 minute too? That'd be something I'd want to see too. Just like I'd want to see price start to disrespect bearish levels and respect bullish levels. That's what I would want to see. Good, yeah. It's Friday, so it's not that great. TopStep is more expensive. It's only a one-time fee of $100 versus TopStep. You get $50 and $150 activation. True, but very soon I think TopStep is removing their activation fee and it's going to be $50 for an account. But the thing with TopStep though, I still think they have better payout and better eval rules than Take Profit Trader, which makes, in my opinion, the $200 cost worth it. Where TopStep you're going to pay $140 for 50K, and TopStep you'll pay $200, but I think you get better rules with TopStep. Why are other people saying Asia starts at 20? That's not the case. It starts at 1800 hours. I don't know why they would say that. After I pass Combine and get to the next account, is there a limit on the payout since it's not live? Yeah. You can take a max payout of 5K per account, which is pretty good payout. If you can get a 5K payout on a TopStep account, that's really good. So if you get 5, you can have up to 5 funded accounts on TopStep. And if you can get 5K per account, that's 25K per. Like you could do that every 5 days. Okay. Like put that in perspective. Every 5 days, you could take out $25,000 if you're able to scale those accounts, right? That's life changing. I want to start, bro. I'm tired of this 9 to 5. Yeah, do it, Justo. What I will say is it like I've been trying to get to the opportunity of like financial freedom with day trading. You got to put in that grind. What I would recommend, dive into YouTube and try to understand concepts. Okay, if you go to my TikTok, I have a YouTube video or a TikTok video pin. That's the 5 YouTube videos I would watch if I was a beginner trader. And then also I would backtest. Okay, if I were to invest in anything, invest in TradeZella. And I would backtest models and put my reps in to understand trading and concepts and watching how price reacts to those levels. Yeah, I think they're going to do it this week. It's supposed to be something for the holidays, like for Thanksgiving, they're going to announce it. Like a Black Friday thing. When would you say is a good time to scale up with accounts? After first payout or wait? Yes. So I'll tell you my scaling, okay? This is how I scale accounts. We're going to use this text box real fast. This is how I scale. and don't get over leveraged. Okay. First goal, buy one eval and pass it, right? So our first goal is just to get an eval and pass it. Let me just type this out first and I'll explain it. Okay. So first goal, buy one eval. We do not buy multiple evals. We just buy one and get that one pass. If we fail it, we buy the next one, but we're only buying one at a time. Okay. Once you are passed, okay, and once you have that account funded, we do not buy another eval to try to scale it with it. We scale this account, the funded account, to $2,500 in profit. Okay. Once we get $2,500 in profit, we're going to take a $500 payout, which leaves $2,000 in profit in the account of $2,000 in drawdown. We take this $500. One, we bank a little profit that offsets the cost of this first eval, right? Or if it took us multiple times to try to pass it, it'll offset that cost. But then once I take that $500 payout, I'm now allowed to buy another eval, hopefully pass it. Let me. I just realized this is too big of text. Hopefully pass that one and then do the same thing. So that next eval, once it's funded, we're going to scale that one to $2,500. Once we get to $2,500, take a $500 payout. We're allowed to buy another eval until we have 5 accounts on Top Step, right? Now, if it's Apex, we're going to do that until we get 20 accounts. But Apex, you need $2,600 in the account to get a payout. But this is my prop firm scaling accounts. Yeah, Justo. I recommend learning impulse ranges, advanced market structure, liquidity suites. Yeah. Now, another thing that's important for prop firms, okay? How do we get to $2,500 in the account, okay? And how do we protect our account from not blowing it? We have a scaling model. Okay. Balance equals $0. Profit target 500 at profit target. We can add a contract. Three MNQ or MGC. Okay. Now, how do we scale to that $2,500 in the account when the balance is at $0? Right? When you just get that fresh funded, you're trading with 3 contracts, okay? Micro contracts, okay? You're trading with 3. That'll protect you from blowing this account and will allow you to scale. Now, every time you hit $500 in profit, you can add a contract. So if I get I'm almost to $500 in the account in profit. Once I hit $500, I can add a contract. So now I can trade with 4 MNQ or 4 MGC. Once I get $1,000 in the account, I can trade with 5 MNQ or 5 GC. Okay, and this is how you scale your account properly to not blow it and get the profit in a good manner. Okay. I think so, Steve. I think so. I think that's what they're hinting at. But you guys should be using a scaling model with your prop firms when you're day trading. You shouldn't be like just using random contract sizes. You should have a scaling model. It'll protect you and it'll allow you to grow your accounts in a safe manner. Now, if you lose $500, right, and say you went down below 500 in profit or under 1,000, you scale down also. Yes, they'll pay 5K on the express funded account per account too. So 5K per account. And that's per payout. So every 5 days you can request $5,000 from TopStep. Now that's easier said than done. Okay, it's hard to get to 5K, right? Unless you're being a degenerate and like full porting it, which I don't recommend on a funded account. You know, you want to be smart with funded. You want to scale those things. Yeah, finally an order block on Bitcoin. That's a good leg down though. The live account, they'll pay out even bigger if you're able to make it to a live account, but I don't recommend going to live accounts. What I recommend is when you're able to make it to a live account, which only 0.1% of traders make it there. Okay, just keep that in mind. Out of 100,000 traders that traded on TopStep, only 0.1% of them were able to make it to a live account. So it's very hard to make it to a live account. But they'll offer you, would you like to take a big payout of the profits you've been able to scale, or would you like to be moved to a live account? I would recommend taking the big payout, putting that in your own live account, and then trading that, and then going to the next prop firm and trying to conquer the next prop firm. Most contracts you can do on a 50K, I think, is a 50 MNQ. You could scale up to 50 MNQ, which is a lot. That's five NQ. At that point, once I would get to 20 MNQ, I would say just go to Nasdaq or NQ and stop trading the micros, trade minis. But you could do 50. You could do micros. You could take a lot of TPs, which is nice. You could really like let it. Yeah, 806. Go ahead and ask. That's true. Yeah. I like micros. A lot of people don't like micros. I like them. I think they offer a really cool opportunity to like take a lot of TPs. You know, you can scale with your risk. Where minis, you're kind of stuck with a large risk to reward, right? Like, and like if you trade one mini, you know, it's either full TP or nothing, you know. It is more fun to see when you trade minis, the money that's moving around. But I like micros. I really do like micros. I'm with you, Will. So I passed my evaluation exam and I have my pro account already, but I'm stuck on demo and I'm ready to cash out. What can I do? I don't know what you mean by that, 806. Like, so you said you passed your eval, but have you scaled the profit at all? Like, have you scaled it? Like, what's the balance at? What account size do you have? Yeah, I agree, Will. I agree. That's what I like about like micros too. You could be way more like granular with what you're risking and what you're targeting. And it's pretty much the same thing as minis as you're scaling, right? Like, you're just able to take, you know, a tenth of a mini rather than a full mini. Have any tips for controlling emotions? That's a hard one. Yeah. The tips I would recommend if you're struggling with emotions is sit down. I literally did this for myself. I sat down and wrote rules of like, am I going on tilt? You know, am I getting really angry at the charts? Am I anxious? Am I feeling like scared or whatever? Okay, if I feel X, Y, or Z, I need to step away from the screen. I need to close down the charts. I'm only allowed to trade 3 times a day, right? Like, if you're struggling with controlling emotions, set up boundaries and rules. Set up boundaries and rules that protect you from yourself, right? Now, the only way this works is if you actually like listen to your rules and boundaries, right? You could set these up, but if you don't listen to them, it doesn't matter. But that's the thing that I would say is the best thing to do for controlling your emotions for trading is set up rules and boundaries for yourself and then listen to them and follow them. You have to scale the profit first, 806. Like, you have to get profit in the account before you can take anything out. So just because you pass the eval doesn't mean you get paid out. You now have the opportunity to scale the profit up, and then you can take from the profits you make. Yeah, Bitcoin's just been, I'm kind of bummed that it didn't give me anything on this 5-minute time frame. Which prop firms do you use and what's the best in your opinion? I only use 2 right now, TopStep and Apex. Those are the only 2 I use. And Apex, I'm able to give you guys a discount too. So if you use code Maniac with Apex, you get 80% off and a $40 activation fee. You can get a funded account for under $100. I also like TopStep. TopStep though, they don't do any affiliates. There's no discount I can offer there. But TopStep is also a really great one. But if you go to my YouTube channel, I have a video breaking down Apex of which accounts to buy, how to pass the eval, all that stuff. That's like a walkthrough on how to get it right for you. Go check out that video if you're looking to join Apex. It's one of my best videos I've ever created in regards to, value and content for you guys. TopStep is expensive, right? It's more expensive than Apex, yes. TopStep, you'll pay about $200 for an account. Apex, you'll pay about $70. So you'll save a little money with Apex. You could buy like 2 or 3 accounts before this cost of a TopStep. Did you hit these shorts? No, I went long today and was able to make some money on that. What about the challenge? I think Apex has better challenge because you can pass in 1 trade. And I like to pass my evals in 1 trade. TopStep, it takes, the fastest you can do it in TopStep is 2 trades. And that's typically what I do for TopStep. It takes me 2 trades for evals. What about Apex? What do you mean? I love Apex. That's my what are the rules? You just gotta hit $3,000 profit goal, and then your maximum loss limit is $2,500 for a 50K. That's pretty much your rules for an eval. Just get that $3,000 profit goal. If you can do it in 1 trade, you're done. Let's go, Sean. Let's go, dude. Now for funded account on Apex though, it has more rules, right? You got to have 30% consistency rule. You gotta like have normal risk management. You can't just be a degenerate and try to get like payouts that way. Where TopStep, you could be more risk, like you could take really crazy trades and get a payout. I'll be right back, guys. Oscar, thank you so much for sharing the live. Yep. All right, back. Sorry, guys. How long does Top Step let you hold a trade and a loss? As long as you want. As long as you don't hit that maximum loss limit, they'll let you hold it. What trade did you take? This long here on the 1 minute. We caught this move. It was like a 1-to-1. But we got a nice liquidity sweep on the 5, and we targeted external range liquidity. This little move is 97.25 points. Dub Bitcoin, dude. Dub Bitcoin. Oh, yes. Yeah, you can't like... Yeah, they will close your trades at market close at 1600 hours, yes. EST. They will, yeah, they will do that. But like if you open up a trade at 9 a.m. New York time and you want to hold it until that time, they'll let you hold it the whole time. Yeah, they auto liquidate all accounts at as soon as your trade hits negative 3K, they'll kick you. Yes, they'll auto liquidate the account. Yep, on an eval. Or even a fund account. Like if my account went under $2,000 in losses, they would auto close it and then I lose the account. I trade both, trader. I trade both. I'll trade retracements and I'll trade continuations. Yeah, I do both. I just wait for whatever the market is telling me, what the candles are telling me. Great info, man. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. I hope I've been helpful today. How much did you put in today? 3 M&Q is what I traded on to make this. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm not really trading anymore today. We made our money on Nasdaq. Bitcoin doesn't look like it's really setting anything up for me, so I think I'm just gonna call it for this Friday. It's a good day, great way to end the week. Does TopStep and Apex pay out? Yes, they do. I've received payouts from TopStep. Apex, I've been trying to work to a payout, but TopStep I have received payouts from. They do pay out, and I know people from Apex who've received payouts. I have friends who've received them, so yeah, Apex pays out too. Have you used Alpha? I haven't. I've heard great things about it though. I have not used Alpha futures though. Really, any of the prop firms are pretty good, unless you're getting like way sketchy. But these are the lists of prop firms that I would say are all good. Like you could go and utilize them and just see which one's like the cheapest or what you think is the best. I'd say I'll do from top to bottom of what I think is the best. Apex, TopStep, Take Profit Trader, MMFU, Funded Next, Alpha Futures. Am I missing any? Apex, TopStep, Take Profit, My Funded Futures, Funded Next, Alpha Futures. Oh yeah, TradeFi. Oh, TradeFi would probably be up higher. I'd probably put TradeFi. TradeFi. Yeah, I'd say these. Like, try to scale these. I would say stick with these. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stick with these 7. You can make a lot of money with these 7. FTMO. I've heard of it. I never really like. I think that's more Forex, isn't it? And these are the ones I personally like, and I've heard great things about. There's a lot more though. Like, if you go to TradeSyncer, so let's go to TradeSyncer real fast. They actually have a list of good prop firms too. That I would say stick to this list also. So if you come to TradeSyncer, and they have a list of the prop firm syncer, you go in here, and they have a list of all the prop firms. And I would say if it's on this list, you can trust it. So right, you got Apex, Lucid, My Funded Futures, Take Profit, TradeFi, Alpha, Aqua, Blue Guardian. I've never heard of that one. Funded Futures Network. I never used that one, but Funded Next. And then you can go over here. You also got Top Step. There's Trade Day. There's a lot. Like if you stick to this list, I would say this list is pretty good. Do you by any chance know the costs and challenges to pass the combine? I would say go to the prop firm you're looking to go buy one from, and I would just dive into like their costs and stuff. It's all on their websites. You can kind of compare and contrast which account you want. There's a lot of different accounts. Can you tell us what the numbers stand for on your Top Step? What do you mean, Sean? Which numbers? Like these numbers up here? On top, like, okay, these ones. So the up, the UP&L, this is unrealized profit and loss. So if I was in a trade, this would be moving around right now, which we're not. That's what that is up here on the top. The RP&L is the realized P&L for that day. So you can see today we're up $610.56, right? So that's a profit we've made. My MLL is my maximum loss limit. So my balance can never match this number or I lose the account. And then my balance is what is my balance at? So what profit am I in or what drawdown am I in? So as you can see, I'm up $356.12 in my funded account. And then this is just the account. Like and so if you have multiple accounts, you'll have a list of accounts here when you break it down. Right now we only have one funded. Does that make sense? Yep. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Ria? Hope you're having a good day. Axel, I just saw you sent an ice cream cone. I don't know when that happened. Thank you so much, Axel. I appreciate you. One more time, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Jens, thank you for liking the stream. We're at 1,300 likes. We've had over 2,000 people in the stream today. I love it. Thank you guys. We're breaking records every day when we stream. I love it. Mogadija, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. If there's any more questions, please shoot them in real fast. If not, I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna call for this Friday, and I'll see you guys next Monday at the next live stream. But if there's any questions, please shoot them off. I'll wait around for like probably 4 to 5 more minutes, and if not, I'll probably hop off and we'll call it. It was a good Friday. We're closing out the week green. So if we go to our performance stats, you can see here's my week. We've only had 2 really, we didn't trade Wednesday on this account, and then Monday and Tuesday is what we took to pass the eval. But we're up $356 for the week. So I'm happy with this performance, and I'm looking forward to when we can get to $500 in the account so we can scale up and go to the next, a little bit higher contract size. And I'm like stoked to kind of like do this in front of you guys and like really show you how I'm going to scale this account and out there. No, there's no daily loss limit on these accounts, David. That's another thing I really like about Top Step and Apex. There's no daily loss limit. I hate it when a prop firm does that. I'm like, why would you make me a daily loss limit? Like, if I want to risk more or whatever, like, I think the daily loss limit is the stupidest rule. See ya, Sean. Dude, I love it, Sean. I love it, dude. You're killing it. I hope you have a great Friday. You're killing it, dude. I just want to encourage you. I see you coming in here every day. One, thank you so much for hanging out with me every single day, Sean. But two, like you literally are talking about like the order blocks, the impulse ranges. You're seeing it and you're doing an excellent job. Keep it up, Sean. You're killing it, dude. I'm excited for your growth, and I'm excited for when you start really like getting some payouts and locking in profits. Like, you're doing good, dude. Yeah, the only rule Top Step has is the maximum loss limit. That's why I love it. It's very lenient. Like, it's very, very lenient. Yeah, really good rules on Top Step. Like, yeah, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. You're going to pay $200. But then it's the easiest prop firm to lock in a payout, in my opinion. I don't think there's an easier prop firm to lock in a payout on than Top Step. I think Top Step is overall one of the best. And a lot of people will probably disagree with me. But for me, in my opinion, Apex and Top Step, best prop firms. If you just stick to one of those and try to scale as much as you can, I'd say that that's your best place to start. Because Apex will save you money in regards to the cost to get a funded account, where Top Step might cost a little bit more, but you'll be much quicker at getting a payout, I think. I use 3InQ. If you go to my YouTube channel, at the most recent video I posted, I break down the contract size, everything of what I do to pass an eval. I highly recommend go watch that video. It'll help you pass your next eval. I break down the accounts I buy, contract size. I give you 3 trading models you can use to try to pass that eval. I give you like everything in there. That's the one thing I've really been able to lock in is passing evals. I can do that very well. Yeah. 100%, David. Yeah, like alpha is cheaper, but they limit you in contract size, right? You're very limited in contract size, and they have a daily loss limit of, I'm pretty sure, $1,000. Like, why would I'm very limited there. I don't like that. Now, I will definitely go to alpha futures eventually once I've kind of like taken over Top Step and Apex and gotten all the payouts I can there. I will go to that prop firm, but right now I'd rather stick to the ones I like first. Thank you guys for the follow. David, Hyde, Schwing, thank you guys for the follow. But Top Step is hinting at removing their activation fee, which would make them the cheapest in the industry. They'd be $50 for an account. So pretty soon Top Step is gonna, I think, take over the entire prop firm space. They're gonna be like the monopoly. If they're going to be $50 for an account with no activation fee and then they keep the same rules they have, bro, I would love Top Step, dude. Yeah, I agree. I think they might increase the cost of their evals. I don't know. I don't think they will get rinsed. If you look at their stats, most people cannot get a payout, right? Like, okay, I did this in another stream. We're going to do it again. They're not getting rinsed. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, whoops. They're not getting rinsed. This is their stats, okay? Where are they? Right here. This is Top Step stats. They had 100,000 traders, right? In 2024. Only 12.4% could get funded, right? That doesn't mean they got a payout. They just got funded. And then only 3.5% of the 100,000 traders were able to actually even make it to a payout. They're not getting rinsed. They are rinsing us. And then only 0.1%, so only 96 traders last year were able to make it to a live account. They're not getting rinsed. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Yeah. And they own Project X. They've taken it away for all prop firms, yes. They are the only place that does Project X now. Yeah. Have you used Edge Fund or Prop Firm? They have no eval. Just get straight to it. I've never heard of that one. If I were to do a straight to fund it, I would say use TradeFi. I've never heard of Edge Fund or Prop Firm. I've never heard of that one. I would say if you want straight to funded, use TradeFi. I think it's the best one for straight to funded. My flex right now is I've been able to make it to the 3.5% of traders. My goal is to make it to the 0.1%. That's my goal. All right, now I'm in the 3.5%. They're about to get kicked off though, Schwing. They're about to get kicked off. Project X is only going to be available for Top Step. That was like one of their big announcements that Top Step just did. They're kicking off every prop firm off Project X. They're going to be the only ones who are allowed to use it because they created it. And then they're going to probably take away their activation fee. And they're going to take over. I think they're going to be a big monopoly in the prop firm space. What funded should I use? I'd say Top Step or Apex. Go watch my YouTube video on my YouTube channel, and that'll tell you the exact count and how to pass it. Your contract size, everything, Ruben. This video right here, I'll show you. Go watch this video right here. How to pass your Apex in one trade. This one right here. I give you guys all the tools in this video to be successful in passing your prop firm eval. What about MFF? I like MFF too. They're just more expensive, I think. And again, they have kind of some weird rules. But the thing I like about them, they'll pay out in crypto. I like crypto. I'm a crypto fan. Yeah, Ruben. So yeah, if you guys want to go check out this video, is a good one on how to pass your prop firms. Yeah, dude, that's why I'm here. I'm hoping I can help out as much as I can. Pass on all the knowledge I have. Ronan and Ruben, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you guys. VIP, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. And to anybody new, I see there's a lot of new people following me. We day trade live every Monday through Friday. So today I traded live. We made this money live on this account. We took this trade live. So next Monday we'll be back for our live stream. So come back next Monday and we trade live. I share you guys my trading journey, my trading strategies, my analysis, everything. And that's my goal, is just to help people become better traders every day. And myself. Am I a millionaire? No, I wish I was. This is my road to being a millionaire. I'm sharing you guys the entire journey. Thank you, LX Lucy. Or Lucci. Thank you so much for the follow. But no, I'm not. How long did it take you to trade full time? I still have a 9 to 5. So, but my job is really flexible, and so I'm able to put in a lot of time into trading. No, I do futures. I don't do Forex. But I've been trading full time for the past 2 years now. Yeah, I do futures. I love futures. I think futures is like one of the best places to learn how to trade. I think Forex is good too. I don't really know Forex. I think there's more opportunity in futures trading with prop firms and stuff. Where are you from? I'm from the West Coast of the United States. All right. Oh man, we're over 2 hours on the stream. Press sell, grandpa. That's so funny. That was funny. Well, that's too damn bad. All right, guys, I'm going to call it for today. We had a great stream today. It's Friday. I'm going to close down. We are done trading. We made our money for the day, and I'm happy with that. If you guys can, if you're new to me, follow. I try to give as much value as I can back to you guys who support and watch, and there's a lot more content coming from me. I try to be extremely transparent in the type of trader I am. You see everything live. I share everything. I share my P&Ls. I share my trades. I share all that. And the reason why I do it is hopefully that you guys can become better traders with me and learn from my mistakes and my successes. So I will see you guys next Monday. That'll be our next live stream on Monday morning at market open for New York session, because we can't trade until then. So thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend, or a blessed weekend. I will see you guys all. Oh, wait. Next week's Thanksgiving week. I think Monday will be my only stream next week because I'll be traveling. And it's Thanksgiving. I forgot. I totally forgot about that. It's Thanksgiving next week. Well, yeah, we'll stream Monday for sure. I might not stream, though, after that because I'll be traveling. All right, everyone. I will see you next Monday. Have a great rest of your day.